Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
What's trending?
The world is watching.
Our message, our focus, the issues that matter.
2020, climate change.
Information.
Every day.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Get out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the U.S. Embassy is telling Americans in Ukraine amid fears of a Russian invasion.
For family members of U.S. Embassy personnel here in Ukraine, it's an order to get out now. For additional personnel, they are being authorized to leave. The State Department really raising the alarm that if you're an American in Ukraine, it's time to get out now.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Kiev. The U.S. is considering sending several thousand troops to Eastern Europe while NATO deploys more ships and fighter jets as a deterrence. Secretary of State Antony Blinken tells NBC's Meet the Press Russia might
in some way topple or replace the government. Just a few days ago, we sanctioned 4 Russian agents in Ukraine who were engaged in destabilizing activities.
There's another roadblock in President Biden's attempt to get the U.S. back into that international Iran nuclear deal Iran's recently been violating. Iran said today it will not accept U.S. preconditions that release American prisoners there. A New York City police officer, Wilbert Mora, remains in critical condition after being shot Friday night.
It happened when he and his partner, Jason Rivera, were dispatched to a domestic call in Harlem. Jason Rivera was newly married and just 22 years old, and he died from his injuries.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, another officer, shot and wounded the gunman. While in Houston, Texas, it's day 2 of the search for the gunman who shot and killed a deputy constable at a traffic stop. There were nearly 5 million more COVID cases in the U.S. last week, but that is the fewest in 3 weeks. So Biden advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci tells ABC's This Week,
we don't want to get overconfident, but they all look like they're going in the right direction right now.
Though deaths rose to an 11-month high last week. More drama in the NFL playoffs.
To the end zone for the win. He caught it. Chiefs to the championship game.
Kansas City beat Buffalo 42-36 in overtime on CBS after the Chiefs tied it at the end of regulation just 13 seconds after the Bills took the lead. In the NFC, the LA Rams beat Tampa Bay 30-27 on a last-second field goal. America's listening to Fox News.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Heading out through Lehigh Acres on this Monday morning commute, we're dealing with a crash causing backups in both directions along Sunshine Boulevard, north of Lee Boulevard near the intersection of 25th Street West. So watch for some slowdowns going around the bend out there, not too far from Orange Marsh Elementary and Middle Schools. Also dealing with a crash in Collier County with possible injuries, but no roadblock out along Beck Boulevard near LaBeouf's Road, not too far from Benfield. That's just south of the alley and in view of the toll plaza. So just keep in mind you're going to be seeing some deputies and troopers out there trying to clear that crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 Back.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 Back. 596 Back. That's 596-2225.
That's you, looking at your garage door. Seriously? We get as far as the door and you're already disappointed? Squeaks like crazy, jams up half the time, grumpy old motor and chain and tracks. But hey, look on the bright side, it's also ugly. You know we make them better now, right? Like everything else in your house. You got a new car and a big new TV, a new smartwatch that talks to your new smartphone. But your garage door, oh, you just let that cranky old thing keep beating itself to death every single morning. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Modern DC motors that are way quieter than that squeaky old AC motor that can barely do its one job. Quiet belt drives instead of that clanky old chain. Your garage can be something you're actually proud of. Like, hey, check out my new garage. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I promise, I won't answer the phone myself.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life, starting now. And River Hall is where it all starts. A true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master plan communities, with homes priced from the 500s to the 800s. Upscale country club living, complete with a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all waiting for you. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com.
Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, enough of the cold. That's it. Enough. Enough of this cold. What is going on? Nobody said Al Gore was right. Al Gore was right. It's the warming that causes the cooling. That's what it is. He was absolutely right. And why didn't we listen? Can you imagine the things we could have done 15, 20 years ago to stop this from happening here in Southwest Florida? The many things, the money we could have spent, the things nothing. We couldn't do anything. It's a cold spell. It's a cold. What's the temperature right now around Southwest Florida? Like 39, 38, 41.
Burr.
It's cold, right? And Jake knows how cold it is because his car was frozen to the ground. Like literally, the tires were frozen to the concrete. Is that right?
Never seen anything like it.
What was it? No, is that true?
Oh yeah.
You've really never seen anything like what you experienced this morning.
Oh, I mean,
well, describe it. No, describe it for everybody. So, what was it like? You had to shave off ice off the window or anything like that?
No, I just had to wait.
Had to wait for what?
The the frost to get off my window so I could go.
Oh, so you didn't have, so there was actual frost on the window and you couldn't see out the window. So you had to get the heat running on the windshield to get it all to melt?
Well, the defrosters. Yeah.
Okay, do you remember as a kid growing up in, where were you, Arkansas, Alabama? Where were you at? Where were you at again? I forget. Alabama, right?
I lived in Alabama for like 3 years of my life.
Okay, so you don't remember any of this. So you don't remember any time when you were in Alabama?
No, I do, but I'm like I lived in Columbus, Alabama,
all right,
Florida.
So you've been in cold weather. So this was pretty impressive this morning.
I mean, you could say that.
All right.
I wasn't impressed.
Oh, I don't mean impressive. Like, aren't we all happy that it's this temperature? I'm saying that it was impressive how you saw things on your vehicle that you don't typically see. That kind of impressive, like
that, or just my breath. Shouldn't be able to see it.
Your breath. You shouldn't be able to see it or smell it. Either one of those things. It should just be one of those. Did we go there? Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Drew Steele. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. By the way, the breath smelling thing was not that yours does. I'm just saying in general, those are 2 things you don't like. You don't like to see it, and you don't like to be odoriferous.
I have a mask. You'd never know.
Oh, but yeah, there's something about masks. Man, I'll tell you what, when you got that mask on, you could tell if somebody's had a mask on for longer than 3 hours or 4 hours. But you know what? We don't want to. This is not how we wanted to start the program. We got a lot of things going on this morning. If you're a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, you're probably not awake right now. You're still in bed. You just cannot believe that Tom Brady is not going to win championship number 2 in a row. It's not going to happen for the Bucks. So we'll maybe talk. No, we won't talk about that. But I'm sorry for you Bucks fans out there. Also, this morning we're going to talk about the not very good, horrific, awful, bad, lost, downhill, negative, divided Biden administration in his first year, and NBC can't believe it. I mean, they cannot believe that the polling is this bad. It can't be.
Asked to describe America in their own words in our NBC News poll, voters used the words divided, negative, lost, bad, and downhill.
No, that's Trump. No, that's the wrong poll. You must have looked at a poll from like 2019 or 2018. No, that can't be Joe Biden. So we're going to get to that coming up because it really is that bad. Also, we've got some woke Olympics to talk about. Great moments in woke this morning. Cannot believe some of the woke news that's out there that's coming up. And also, I wonder if, man, I cannot wait soon. We will speak to the governor of the great state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. I don't know when, but soon. He's kind of busy. But I wonder if it's getting old being right all along. I mean, you got to be on brand. Got to be on brand. Is he getting tired of this? Because, again, they did it again. You have the left in this country, you have Democrats who think somehow that they're going to convince people in this state and across the country that Ron DeSantis is evil, he's been wrong, he's destroying the state, there's something we've got to do, we've got to stop him, I just couldn't think of anything else, so you have to make that noise. And again, in your face, proven wrong, Democrats were. How did it go down? You'll hear the governor's audio, and then you will hear the CDC, and we're going to put them side by side. And you tell me how wrong the left in this country has been going after Ron DeSantis. It is like, it's got to get old. But it's what they do. I mean, it's just...
this is what you do.
I know, Bernie. It is what you do. And there's some Bernie. There was a Bernie sighting. I wasn't sure if Bernie was okay. It's been a long time since we've seen Bernie Sanders, right? How long has it been? Do you remember the last time you saw Bernie Sanders? Yeah. He's concerned about the election, too. You want to hear a little Bernie Sanders from over the weekend? There was a Bernie sighting. It wasn't one of those things like a weekend at Bernie where he wasn't speaking. He was just sitting and somebody was moving his arms around. No, it was an actual speaking moment for Bernie Sanders talking about how the election's going lately.
What has bothered me very much is the Republicans are laughing all the way to Election Day.
They're laughing all the way to Election Day. Ha, ha, ha. We need like a song like that. Laughing all the way to Election Day. See what he did there? You didn't notice that, Jake. But as a musician, I noticed it all right away. Right away, he had to say they were laughing all the way on Election Day. How about that, everybody? Come on now. It's Monday. No? All right. So all of that is coming up. But I do want to start this segment of the show with a little bit of serious news. I don't know what this administration plans on doing with Ukraine. I don't know what their deal is, because do you remember how articulate the president, former vice president, and candidate Joe Biden was during the primaries in 2020 and on the debate stage with Donald Trump? Do you remember how clear, concise, articulate the president was about his foreign policy? Actually, let me take that back a little bit. Do you remember hearing about foreign policy at all during any of the debates? Here, let me take it a step further. There was no discussion about foreign policy. None during the presidential debates and during the 2020 primaries for the Democrats. They didn't have anything to say about foreign policy. They didn't even bring it up. So you're shocked? I just want to get this straight. You're shocked and surprised to find out that a president and a party who didn't want to talk about foreign policy during 2020 wasn't going to be even part of the discussion at all. You're shocked and surprised to find out that nobody knows what he's doing and he doesn't know what he's doing. What are we doing? We will say, because the talk right now is this morning, a couple of things. It started out with, hey, listen, you got to evacuate the embassy. Given that the president has said a military action by Russia could come at any time, the U.S. government will not be in a position to evacuate U.S. citizens. So citizens currently present in Ukraine should plan accordingly, arrange commercial flights. So it started as, hey, you guys in the embassy, you need to get out, and we'll have more details coming up. And then it went to, hey, listen, we're not sure that we can help you to get out, so you better start doing commercial flights and find your way out of Ukraine. Hey, does that sound familiar? That sounds like a very familiar foreign policy decision. Wasn't that a lot like Afghanistan? You better believe it is. Again, incompetence. What are they doing? How is it that we went through a year and a half, at least, of talk about Democrats versus Republicans and COVID and woke and transgender rights and CRT, and we talked about racism, and we talked about, but we didn't bring anything up with foreign policy. I mean, we did. I mean, Republicans did, conservatives did, people who really care about the future of the country with regard to the safety and security and where we are going next and how are we going to conduct foreign policy. We didn't have any of those issues under Donald Trump. We weren't worried about a lot of that because a lot of it was getting taken care of. As a matter of fact, there are some people who might say that there were very few world leaders that were willing to do anything with regard to invading other countries or even thinking about it while Donald Trump was in office. And you can figure out the reasons why. You can talk about strength. You can talk about not being sure what the guy's going to do and not being sure or whether or not Donald Trump was serious when he would say things or a little bit crazy or whatever it is. That's the view of some of the other world leaders out there. Sometimes that's a good deterrent when you're like, I'm not really sure what this guy's going to do. And he's talking tough. And I'm a little worried. I feel like he's a little crazy. I mean, this is the other world leaders talking about Donald Trump. So I'm not really sure what he might do. So I may not want to do anything. That kind of thing. But I mean, we now are talking about, after this, plan accordingly, everybody. Figure out how you're going to do this. The absolute clown show continues again. I need the circus music. This is what we have. We have, once again, the clown show back in town. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. So, yeah, just figure out how you're going to get out of the country. I don't know how you're going to do it, but hey, do your best. Figure it out, okay? And then on the heels of this now, we come to find out this morning that the talk is that this administration is considering sending some 3,000 to 5,000 troops to Romania, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia as part of an effort to protect NATO states near Russia, to ward off Russia, given their aggressive actions towards Ukraine. And some other NATO countries might be thinking about this as well. So, American troops now making their way out to Eastern Europe. And what do we are willing to... Listen, I'm not sure how you feel about this or what you think our involvement should be. But there's a couple of absolutes here. This administration cares more about putting troops on other people's borders than they do about putting them on our border. Number one. And there's news with that too. More people streaming across our southern border. More people making their way into the U.S. This morning at 8:05, we're going to have a conversation with the great Hans von Spakovsky from the Heritage Foundation. We're going to talk about election integrity and how could states even do this? How is it possible that the city of New York, for example, can say, yeah, we're going to have illegals. They're going to be able to vote. Does the Constitution get in the way at all in this? But more and more people are flowing, continue. Just because it's not in the headlines doesn't mean it isn't happening, flowing across our southern border. And we have an administration that's like, all right, we got to send troops out to Eastern Europe, but they won't even send any to the southern border. That's the first thing. But then the second thing ultimately is, what's the end game? You worry about this administration because there isn't even a beginning game. There isn't even a start to the game. There isn't even a coin flip. And, I know, don't get people started about coin flips in football games. And I know there's a lot of talk about that this morning. But again, there is no coin flip. There's no start to this. Like, what's your plan? What are you doing? What are the options? Some people are saying that the reason why this is happening is because of Hunter Biden. No, I'm not kidding. Hunter Biden comes into play. And the shadiness of this president and his family. Breitbart had this. Former Trump aide Sam Nunberg believes that President Joe Biden's essentially giving Vladimir Putin the green light to invade Ukraine because the Ukrainian energy company Burisma stopped bribing him after the 2016 election of former President Donald Trump. He was speaking with Matt Boyle, who has filled in on this program and guest hosted on Breitbart, and he put out a tweet and expanding on that on Friday, suggesting that Biden abandoned Ukraine due to Hunter Biden's corruption. Sam Nunberg said that why is everybody so surprised that Brandon, Joe Biden, is welcoming Russia into Ukraine? Ukraine didn't pay enough protection money to the highly skilled and competent Hunter Biden and the rest of the Robinette syndicate. Basically saying, is there something going on behind the scenes? Because the way things are going right now, this kind of green light, this, hey, let's get the embassy, everybody out, let's get Americans out of Ukraine. You know what's coming. And what do you think is going to be the pushback? And is there going to be something reciprocated on the other side of the globe, looking at this administration and going, well, all right, if Russia's getting Ukraine, I guess China gets Taiwan, and I guess anybody else on the globe gets to have their say as to where borders should and shouldn't be. I mean, is that how this works? Some people are talking about that as well. But I mean, I don't know if there's a Hunter Biden connection. I don't know. There's a lot of things that never got answered during the 2020 election cycle. Too many questions about the connection with the Bidens in China, too many connections with Hunter and Burisma and monies paid and all of the things that we just brought up. Too many reporters, journalists, or they call journalists, and other people who now all of a sudden have questions that they want to ask, asking real tough questions. Who is it? Margaret Brennan and others, Chuck Todd, asking these tough questions of Secretary of State Blinken. Again, this is what you're going to find out is a thread in today's program, and it's this. All of a sudden, we're going to have quote-unquote journalism, and they're going to wake up. Like all of a sudden, there's these blinders that have been taken off. And we now discover that, I don't know, maybe this administration doesn't know what it's doing. Maybe they don't have answers. So why all of a sudden? Whether it's COVID, and you're going to hear about this coming up, and now all of a sudden people are saying things that only 6 months ago you weren't allowed to even say on social media without being, or maybe losing your job or being taken off of social media. And now all of a sudden, the great journalists doing journalizing or journalism or whatever they want to call it, now all of a sudden they're the ones that know. They're the ones that realize. I mean, Chuck Todd questioning the Secretary of State. Like, what if Putin's like bluffing? I mean, is there a chance that he's doing all this as a bluff to just play with us, or it's what is it?
The diplomacy, the consistent calls for meetings right now that the Russians are doing. Do you think they're genuine about diplomacy, or do you think they're just essentially playing out the calendar here because he's not going to upset Xi in the Olympics, and essentially we're making it look more legitimate by negotiating?
I mean, do you hear that? So the suggestion is that we're just playing out the clock, and Putin's trying to make it look as if there's diplomacy going on. We tried everything we could, but we just had to move into Ukraine. Like, really? And we don't want to step on China's toes, although China's going to have their toes moving towards Taiwan soon enough, right?
Are you worried that he's playing us a little bit?
Look, it is certainly possible that the diplomacy that Russia is engaged in is simply going through the motions, and it won't affect their ultimate decision about whether to invade or in some other way intervene or not in Ukraine.
You think? What would give you that idea? All right, look, there's more on this coming up, but suffice to say something very basic and obvious. There are consequences to elections. And when everybody was screaming about where's the foreign policy discussion, what are you going to do, Joe Biden, as president of the United States? No, it's COVID. Oh, no, it's COVID. Oh, no, it's about racism. Oh, no, it's all about the woke. Is that what it was? Oh, yeah? Is that right? How's that going? 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
It's that time of the year again. Tax filing season beginning Monday. The IRS is still processing a backlog of returns from 2020 due to COVID-related labor shortages in the Bureau. Potential home buyers now more than ever in a bind to find an affordable home. With mortgage rates hitting a 22-month high and Redfin reporting that inventory has hit a 5-year low. Madea Goes to Jail actress might really be going to jail. The Justice Department charging Ion Overman from Tyler Perry's movie with PPP loan fraud. Wall Street had its worst week since 2020. On Friday, the Dow Jones dropped 450 points, closing at 34,265. The S&P lost 84 points, and the Nasdaq shed 385 points. Netflix shares dropped almost 20%. Bitcoin way down from its November peak of 69,000. It fell as low as 34,000 on Friday. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Laura Cantor, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
With customer service being top priority, visit United Fidelity Bank at 14241 Metro Parkway and let them help you save and grow with market-leading CD rates. Shop, compare, invest with United Fidelity Bank's 18-month CD currently earning a 0.75% APY. The difference is United Fidelity. A penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal. Minimum deposit of $1,000 required to open CD. CD renews automatically to a standard 18-month term at the rate in effect at time of renewal, unless instructed otherwise.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
It's time for the Lovers Key Boat Show Market and Seafood Fest. Boats, arts and crafts, seafood, and a new bistro-style beer garden. Our dog-friendly show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 to 5. Parking's free, the beer's cold, and the seafood's fresh. Get your tickets online or at the door. Get out of the house. Come on out into the sunshine. Support your local charities. LoversKeyNauticalMarket.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling, because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
When was the last time you ate at Spanky's? Hi, I'm Emily Monty, and my husband Ted and I invite you to dine with us for lunch or dinner on Naples' most enjoyable open-air waterfront patio or inside among hundreds of vintage antiques and memorabilia. Our variety of dining options ensures the comfort for all of our guests. Spanky's has been a Naples landmark for over 37 years. Whether you're looking for Naples' best prime rib or fresh seafood, Spanky's has something for everyone, offering the highest quality product at an exceptional value. Spanky's has daily lunch and dinner specials and early bird dining from 4 to 5:30. Dining is also available in our full bar while you enjoy daily happy hour. At Spanky's, we understand you have many local dining options. That's why it's our mission to provide you with our warm southern hospitality that keeps our customers coming back for years to come. Visit Spanky's today on Airport Pulling Road, just south of Golden Gate Parkway, Naples.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, you don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system. Redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Just give us a call, 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Wink News, traffic.
heading out right now through Immokalee. We have a crash we're dealing with possible injuries along West Clock Street and Carson Road. So watch out for some activity, flashing lights nearby. Looking good along I-75 and 41 for your main highway drives throughout Southwest Florida. Aside from a little bit of patchy fog throughout a lot of the area, especially inland. So just use caution out there and be sure to use those low beams this morning. Looking quiet on our area bridges as well, about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction crossing the Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges. Sanibel Causeway running at about 5 minutes on and off the causeway heading through the toll plaza. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myShowerDoor.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Imagine courtside at an Orlando Magic game, a chance to play in an exclusive golf pro-am, a private tasting with a celebrity chef, or backstage passes to meet a country superstar, all while supporting the mission of NCEF, helping disadvantaged and at-risk children in Collier County. Don't imagine. Go to nwwfonlineauction.com and bid on these and other once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. That's nwwfonlineauction.com, a partnership of Naples Winter Wine Festival, NCEF, and Gulf Shore Life.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is It's Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Now that Antonio Brown has quit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by stripping to the waist, flashing a peace sign, and jogging off, everyone has to quit their job that way. No, it's not professional, and it may affect future employment prospects, but you have to admit, when Miriam from accounting does it, you'll never forget her.
No, that's okay. No, that's all right. All right, whatever. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele as for ease. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. Keeping warm this morning. I'm seeing all kinds of pictures. Is that right? Are there more pictures? People sending pictures on our text line, 239-479-5592, of the frost. Did you see some of the pictures of the frost? And it is definitely weather that we're not used to around here. And Jake, it doesn't look like you pulled anything different out of the closet. Looks like you still, because the running joke is it may be 39 outside, but it's always 39 here in the building. So we typically always wear cold weather gear. So we always have it on. So why is this any different here for us in the building?
It's really not.
It's really not. It's okay. It's an inside joke, and it's all right. Anyway, coming up later on this morning, Hans von Spakovsky, we're going to talk about election integrity, some big issues that are going on, and how is it possible that in the city of New York, the discussion about, we're going to just let illegals vote. That's not going to be a big deal, right? We can do that. Hey, constitutionally, is there something to be said about that? Or how does this all going to work? And really what the Democrat plan is, if you think about it, when you have all of the things that we were just talking about a little while ago, when you have all of these failures, one on top of the other, in polls and the numbers that we see in the conversation of people who look, even Democrats and the things that they have to say about what they're seeing and some of what is out there. What else could you possibly do than cheat? I'm just putting that out there. I mean, maybe, because people are asking me, when you have Americans weighing in after Biden's first year in office.
Asked to describe America in their own words in our NBC News poll, voters used the words divided, negative, lost, bad, and downhill.
I mean, this is all their policies. You know that everything that the Democrats have right now, they've got the juice. Whatever they want, they're going to get. And the fact of the matter is, and everybody knows it, that it's Bidenflation, it's Bidenzuela, it's whatever you want to say about Joe Biden, anything you want to say.
I got hairy legs.
You can say that if you want. I mean, he says it. I mean, not that we care about that. But all of the things that are going on in this country, and it's all on the Democrats. They want to continue to spend. And even though you have people in former Democrat administrations who have said specifically to this administration, don't spend the kind of money you're planning on spending right now. Don't pass bills and spend trillions of dollars because you're going to cause inflation. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, that's okay. We're going to do it. And they do it. And that's what they did. And people are hurting. And that's what ends up happening is, unfortunately for some, it has to be the tangible. Like, you can't continue to tell people that you don't understand. We've got debt clocks, and we can't afford this debt, and we can't be in this kind of debt, and you can't keep borrowing on low interest rates, expecting that they're always going to stay down, because they're not. And then when they go up, there are going to be bills to pay to the tune of double the amount of what we're talking about. If you're talking about right now, $350 billion is what we are paying. Interest on debt. Interest on debt, everybody, is $300 billion. And that a simple, small basis point change, I think something around 50 basis points. If you're talking soon to be up to a full basis point somewhere along the line of the interest rates going up, you're going to double that. That's more than we spend on the military. So we're going to spend more servicing debt than we spend on the military. Do you see that that's a problem? But people don't. Because they hear that and they think, well, there are ways out of that, and we can print money and we can do all of these imaginary things. And doesn't it sound awesome? I mean, there's plenty of things that we can do. They don't think about it until it hits home. And until you're like, wait, that's what I have to pay for celery? For celery? Wait, no. I'm paying that for eggs? Oh, wait, I can't pay that for eggs. You know why I can't pay the price that I'm paying for eggs right now, Jake? Do you know why I can't pay $3 to $4 for a dozen eggs, or maybe even $7 in some cases? Do you know why I can't pay that price right now?
Inflation.
No. Well, inflation is why I would pay that price. But do you know why I can't pay that price? Ask me why.
Why can't you pay that?
Because there's no eggs on the shelves in a lot of places. Have you noticed some of the dairy is like missing? Have you noticed some of the milk is missing? Have you noticed some of the sour cream and things that you would take for granted is missing?
I tried to warn you guys whenever bacon started, coming up short.
You did warn us on the bacon thing. Yeah. But no, it's just imaginary. No, it's not.
I think it's just getting harder to live that American dream.
For all this progress, I know there's a lot of frustration and fatigue in this country.
For all this progress. What progress? The progress that he was talking about in that the first press conference, or the second press conference that he's had ever since he's been in office, after a year in office, he was talking about the progress being all these jobs we've created. We've created 6 million jobs. After we lost 9 million jobs, we're still 3 million jobs short. But nothing to see. Everything's great.
And we know why. COVID-19.
That's it. It's COVID. People see this. You can blame COVID. He's not going to take any responsibility for any of the politics, any of the actions. He's blowing all of this off. It doesn't get any better.
President Biden is walking a tightrope. In addition to flagging enthusiasm in the base, he faces eroding support among independents.
Oh.
In Atlanta, I sat down with several Biden voters who did not vote Democrat in 2016.
Leaning into the argument about elections and election fairness in either direction turns me off.
What could Biden do right now to make you feel less like a reluctant Biden supporter?
I mean, we got a lot of problems. We got a high inflation. We have supply chain issues.
The economy and jobs is the top issue for voters.
It's the top issue for voters. And how are we doing with that? Nope, it's not working out. As a matter of fact, 61% say that their family income was dropping behind the cost of living. I thought we were making more money. Well, it doesn't make a difference if inflation is outpacing it. 70% thought that America had become too polarized. That's up 34% from a decade ago. And the latest polling is just an absolute positive disaster for this administration. It is. Oh, and some of the poll numbers, can I tell you some of these NBC News poll numbers over the weekend? 72% saying we're on the wrong track. There are 22 people that are going, hey, I think everything is good. But who they are, I don't know. What? Well, I'm going to. Let's see. Income falling behind cost of living, like we just said, 61%. Polarization will only grow 70%. We just talked about that. The threat to democracy is real, 76%. These are serious numbers. Oh, and the most hated, disliked, unfavorable numbers. Jake, would you like to guess? Maybe others would like to guess on the text line, 239-479-5592. Would you like to guess who is right now, as we speak, the most disliked politician out there? If you had to pick one person, and I'll give you a hint, it is not the president of the United States, although the president is right there. Would you like to take a guess? I'm just kind of looking at the text line, 239-479-5592, just to see if you could take a guess. How many people are out there? That politicians, maybe even former politicians, because Donald Trump comes up in this poll. Would you like to take a guess?
Maybe even former politicians.
It didn't take very long for people on the text line to guess who it is. It is the VP Cackler-in-Chief herself. That's right. It is Vice President Harris, who has a 49% unfavorable rating right now. It is absolutely awful. But again, all of this points to a lot of different things. Questions that were not answered during primaries. Foreign policy questions. You've got all of these individuals, people who are talking about, listen, things are not getting better. Face the nation. put together, I guess, these 6 people that they call like a focus group. They talk about issues of America. And what did they say?
During the course of the pandemic, we've been listening to Americans through Zoom to get their thoughts on COVID, the economy, and how the government is handling it all. On Friday, we checked back in with 6 of them. Who feels like we are in a better place now than we were a year ago? Show of hands. No one believes we're in a better spot now.
Nobody, not a one, believes we're in a better spot. And like, who would? Well, I mean, there are some that do, but they're delusional. But I think the point of all of this is very important to remember. Number one, elections have consequences. Number two, the vetting of all the different things that we need to know about a candidate running for president of the United States and what they will plan on doing if there are crises that are popping up around the globe, especially with foreign policy, and what we plan on doing and not doing. The third thing is, unfortunately, not expecting the best out of politicians in Washington, D.C. to cure a lot of the ills that we have in this country. If you're talking about specifically even some of the polling that's out there about the divisions in this country and people talking about these numbers that are astronomical in the polls and talking about how there are people that just don't see the country coming together right now. The polarization is going to grow 70%. You have influence in your sphere. Your sphere of influence exists, whether it's in your family or with neighbors, to stop a lot of that polarization, but to still have the conversations about what is going on and the things that need to be done. But this administration doesn't have answers. And I think it was Nancy Pelosi last week who has now made the pivot. The pivot is going to be to away from what she would like to say, away from Build Back Better and away from some of the other big things that the progressives wanted to do, and kind of pull back the reins a little bit to try to get some what she's calling big things done, but will be more able to cross the finish line. So at least coming up in October, November this year, at least they can post a couple of wins. The Republicans can't let that happen. They can't let the Democrats post any wins right now, because a Democrat win, and listen, and for you Democrats and people that have come in from out of town, and I know I talked to many of you over the weekend, had a chance to speak to people who haven't been here or maybe tuning in the station for the first time, haven't lived here but are visiting, and you know, one of the things that's important is if you are a party who is bent on changing the country, fundamentally changing, where do you find the common ground? We defeat you at the polls, we defeat your politics, and then later on we can talk about crossing the aisle once you are defeated. But let's get to the defeated part, because defeating you means that we will be in positive territory soon in this country. It just does, because look at where we are in the country now, and it's all on Democrats. Sorry. Well, I mean, and then there's the infrastructure signing off and the Republicans who did that. So there's a little bit of Republicans. Listen, we got to be honest. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. We appreciate it. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. There she is. It's Therese O'Shea. We want to find out what's going on with traffic.
Dealing with a crash in Golden Gate Estates at 10th Avenue Southeast, right off Everglades Boulevard South, not far from Palmetto Elementary School. So watch out for some activity there. No injuries reported and no word of any roadblock nearby. Also dealing with a crash with possible injuries along Beck Boulevard near LaBeouf's Road. That's just south of Alligator Alley, and Beck Boulevard runs parallel to the alley itself, not far from the toll plaza. In Immokalee, a crash with possible injuries also at West Clock Street and Carson Road. So watch out for some delays and some flashing lights nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold, frosty start to your Monday morning, look for a chillier day today. Despite the mostly sunny sky, highs will only set to reach into the middle 60s, with winds persisting out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll keep it a mainly clear sky as we head into this evening, though a few more clouds increasing as we head towards your Tuesday morning. A low of 49 waking up tomorrow morning, with rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
With customer service being top priority, visit United Fidelity Bank at 14241 Metro Parkway and let them help you save and grow with market-leading CD rates. Shop, compare, invest with United Fidelity Bank's 18-month CD currently earning a 0.75% APY. The difference is United Fidelity. A penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal. Minimum deposit of $1,000 required to open CD. CD renews automatically to a standard 18-month term at the rate in effect at time of renewal, unless instructed otherwise.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, the first established law firm on Marco Island, is proudly celebrating 50 years of providing legal services throughout Collier County with offices in Naples and Marco. A lot has changed in 50 years, but what hasn't changed is the common sense approach to the law the attorneys of Woodward, Piers & Lombardo have built their practice upon. Putting you first in their priority, whether they're advising you on business decisions, designing your estate plan, guiding you through divorce and litigation, or representation in zoning, permitting, and land use with counties and cities to overseeing your next real estate transaction. Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, first for 50 years in serving Collier County with quality, effective, and efficient legal representation, working with individuals, businesses, and local governments in an array of legal matters. Woodward, Piers & Lombardo, with locations in Naples and Marco Island. For more information, visit their all-new website at wpl-legal.com. That's wpl-legal.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not just sell you a system. As always, you can chat with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, did you hear this? This was from a couple of days ago, Jake. Listen to this. I don't know if you heard about this. He got attacked by a bear. So a Florida man story. Did you hear this? Video caught the whole thing happening live on the Ring camera. Caught the moment a Florida man was injured. He's fighting off a bear on his porch to protect his dogs. He's out there in Daytona Beach, and it looks like the dogs were getting ready to go in, or they're going in for the night, and the bear comes just in through the door, and he gets down on all fours and wrestles the bear and pushes him out, and then puts the a love seat kind of thing in front of a bench in front of the door. Did you see that?
Terrifying.
It was crazy. I mean, and one valuable lesson that we learned from this, you know what we learned?
No idea.
Just don't get dogs. Just don't get dogs. Listen, if you're if you're on the left, that's your answer. Your answer is, listen, if he didn't have dogs, that bear wouldn't have come in. So just don't get dogs. That's what we'll do. Okay. You know I'm right. You know there are people on the left saying, gotta protect the bear, don't have dogs. See how that all works?
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Eating dinner in your underwear? Hey, put some clothes on. Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, Cool Today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It's time to go. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's the message from the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine.
If you're an American in Ukraine, it's time to get out now.
That's Fox's Steve Harrigan in Kiev, where they fear a Russian invasion.
If there is a Russian invasion, there won't be an opportunity to airlift people out. In the meantime, President Biden considering a range of options, including deploying as many as 3,000 to 5,000 military personnel in the Baltics and in Eastern Europe. This is a real shift in posture from just economic sanctions.
Our NATO allies may also send troops and are also deploying more ships and fighter jets to eastern Ukraine. More than half of Americans do not think the president is doing a good job on foreign policy or in general.
The latest Fox News poll has President Biden's approval rating at 43%. When asked about a choice for president in 2024, 60% of respondents say they'd vote for someone else, while 85% are worried about inflation and its effects.
Fox's Gernal Scott. A murder mystery in Milwaukee where 5 bodies were found in a home.
The motive and information regarding any involved suspects is not known to us right now.
Assistant Police Chief Paul Formolo. It's the second day of searching in Houston, Texas for the gunman who shot a deputy constable at a traffic stop. While in New York, a police officer remains in critical condition, moved to a different hospital. Wilbert Moore was wounded Friday night. Another officer, Jason Rivera, was shot and killed.
3 NYPD officers responding to a 911 call from a woman who said she was fighting with her adult son, but she did not tell investigators anything about weapons being in that apartment. So 2 officers go in, they try to speak with this man, and that's when they say he opened fire.
Fox's Alexis McAdams, the 3rd officer, shot and wounded the gunman. Opening statements are set for today at a federal trial related to George Floyd's much protested death in Minneapolis. 3 fired police officers accused of violating Floyd's civil rights. Derek Chauvin already pleaded guilty to that after that ex-officer was convicted of murdering Floyd. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Golden Gate Estates, we're dealing with a crash along 10th Street Southeast, right off of Everglades Boulevard South. That's near Palmetto Elementary. So watch out for some activity and flashing lights nearby. Also still dealing with that crash on Beck Boulevard, south of Alligator Alley as it runs parallel to the alley itself. No crashes to report all across Lee County. Pretty easy drive out there along 75 and 41. Definitely starting to see volume pick up. If you're heading out of the Midpoint Bridge, especially eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, drive times looking like more about 5 minutes or so out of the Cape. Cape Coral Bridge up to speed in both directions. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau. Considering a roofing project, repair, or basic roof maintenance, beat the supply chain issues and inflation cost. Google DRM Roofing. 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and I want to be sure you're given the best prices on fine jewelry and diamonds. Other jewelers don't like me. Why? Because we offer better prices and a superior experience. If you go to Tiffany's, you're going to get a great product, but pay 2 to 3 times what it's really worth. If you go to a chain store, you're going to get something that's really cheap and bad quality. Don't settle for high prices, low quality, and a bad experience. Buy real jewelry from me, Stuart Duncan, a real jeweler. The love of your life will really be proud to know that their diamond came from Duncan's Diamonds. Your true love deserves the best. And at Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and I will make sure that you can count on it. Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. Come to one of our 3 beautiful locations.
In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
It's time for the Lovers Key Boat Show Market and Seafood Fest. Boats, arts and crafts, seafood, and a new bistro-style beer garden. Our dog-friendly show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 to 5. Parking's free, the beer's cold, and the seafood's fresh. Get your tickets online or at the door. Get out of the house. Come on out into the sunshine. Support your local charities. LoversKeyNauticalMarket.com.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit SavingTheInvestor.com.
thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That's the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3Es. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and subscribing to our channel on Rumble. We thank you very much for that, as well as we're all trying to keep warm. Unbelievable. The temperature went down now. Now it says it's 38 degrees here. It's going down. It's not going up. When are we going to get that turn? When is it going to start to flip? There's got to be places that are inland, Jake, that are probably... By the way, if you would text us, we're getting a lot of texts of people with the frost on the windows. I'm wondering if there's anything freezing near you, something going on maybe inland. How are you guys doing? Checking the text line. We keep glancing over to see these photos. Jake was talking about the frost on his window this morning. And as we continue to watch the text line, yeah, I wonder how many things are like pretty close to freezing. I wonder what the lowest temperature right now in our listening area is. Maybe you can even show us that. Yeah, somebody said they're on Bonita Beach and it's 55 degrees? No, it can't be that warm on Bonita Beach. I'm looking at the temperature right now and it says 38. I don't know. All I know is it's the warming that causes the cooling. It's Al Gore was right the whole time, and we certainly could have fixed this 15 years ago. There's so many things we could have done to make sure that we keep warm. We could have kept a steady 72 degrees easy if we just would have done a couple of things when Al Gore was screaming about this. It's an inconvenient truth, Jake.
Yeah, if we would have just put these, put cows in like these greenhouses that like extract the farts and then like push them into something that converts them into natural gas instead of cow gas.
Why didn't anybody call Jake? Why didn't you call Jake? He's got the answers. That's it. That's what we could have done.
Easy.
Could you imagine all the things that man could do if they just would have made that decision 15 years ago? This right now, as we speak, we would not have 30. Impossible. It's an absolute impossibility that we would have 38-degree temperatures in Southwest Florida. Impossible. Yeah. And think of what we could possibly do moving forward. Think of all the great things we could do now to change the climate. Just think about how we could stop Miami into sinking into the ocean right now, just by spending tons of money in the legislature and sticking the cows all over Southwest Florida into places where they extract what he just taught. You got a little graphic there, and it's a little early for the graphic. Okay. I see Punta Gorda. I see 35 degrees with fog. How about that? Wait a minute. Fred tells me it's 31 in LaBelle. Ice on the cars. The garden's frozen. No animals' water had ice on the top. Is that right? It might be. And then somebody said it was 55 in Bonita. No, can't be. You need to smack the temperature gauge you have in your house, because that's just not right. Even Blake, look at Blake. Blake, you had ice on your windows this morning.
Yes, sir, I did.
And where
I live in Northeast Cape.
Northeast Cape. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it was quite a bit of ice. It wasn't, it was on there really good.
Yeah.
You almost needed an ice scraper to scrape it off. And also went to that Farmer Joe's over the weekend and seen Alfie Oakes there. Got my picture with him and everything. He was there.
Yeah.
It was a really good time, man.
That's good. All right. Well, awesome. Thanks for the call, Blake. We appreciate it. So Blake is scraping ice off his windows and meeting Alfie Oakes.
Yeah, there was a guy named Brad on the text line who sent us a picture of him driving his motorcycle to work. I just want him to let him know that I was behind him on the way to work this morning because I was looking at him and I was like, I don't know how this guy's doing it, but
that is not good. All right. Speaking of not good, there's a lot of other things that are going on. Some good and some not good. I will say, I'm not going to say it's not all good. Some is good, because I'm looking at this headline from Zero Hedge. A majority of millennials and Gen Zers, everybody, want limits on abortion. A new poll finds. How about that? That is some good news. I like hearing that, because the alternative right now and what we are being told and what is being pushed is awful. It's devastating. And, a couple of things happened in D.C. over the weekend. You had the March for Life. A lot of people showing up. A lot of people always there braving whatever the weather is. Doesn't make a difference. They are always there and present, and it's amazing to see. So we like hearing that news. We also like the fact that over the weekend there was a Defeat the Mandates event where there were thousands of people out as well, right on the steps of the Washington Monument. And it was great to see people speaking out a lot there. Of course, wasn't covered by the mainstream media. We don't want to get too carried away because there's other things to talk about, like COVID. Well, wait till you hear the latest on COVID. And wait till you hear, by the way, the latest from the left in this country. I'm sorry, but if Bill Maher has a guest on the program who's a big lefty, who goes on the program and starts talking about all the mistakes that were made and she's done with COVID, when she didn't take the time a year and a half ago to say the things now that was science and data then, spare me, save me. Don't get all seal clappy and excited about a lefty who's coming around right now because it's convenient. Please don't do that. Well, you'll hear the audio and you'll see what I'm talking about. But Dr. Robert Malone was there. You may remember that the stir that was caused when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And remember, Dr. Robert Malone invented the mRNA technology with others. That's in the vaccines, and it's also in cancer treatments and some other things, important discovery and something that was created that has done a lot of good. But somebody who should have a voice, and his voice silenced in many different ways, because he has some very strong things to say about what we have been doing in the science. So when it comes to the vid.
And I believe they're self-evident. We should not have politicized the public health response to SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19. Regarding the genetic COVID vaccines, the science is settled. They're not working. They are not completely safe. Now we have Omicron. These vaccines were designed for the original Wuhan strain, a different virus. Whether they made sense for protecting our elderly and frail from the original virus is irrelevant. So let's stop arguing about that. We must look forward.
We must look forward. And listen, he's allowed to have this voice, and the science, he wouldn't just be saying this for no reason. The science and the data would be able to back up exactly what he's saying, and unfortunately for many, it does. And it's, again, the conversation and the lockdowns and the things that we've been through across the globe that have to stop, that people are just done. We know where we are right now. We know where we were then. And some of the questions that people had, but make no mistake, it's a different world that we are in right now, in a lot of ways. I mean, have you seen the price of bacon? But I'm just telling you that it's a different world, it's a different place, and people are starting to realize that. Oh, we're getting some more. David in Naples made a great point. Jake, did you see that? What a great point. He said, I'm glad for global warming. Otherwise, could you imagine how cold it would be right now? He's right. He's right. Listen, and by the way, when it comes to global warming, who wouldn't like to see a tropical New York City? Wouldn't it be nice if you had New York State that was always like we are in 70 degrees? Wouldn't that be nice? You get rid of the brutal winters. I think it would be a nice place. You might even have palm trees in New York City. Central Park might have palm trees. Why is that such a what? No?
I don't know. I think it would smell worse.
It would smell worse.
Think about the heat, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Moving on. So I was listening over the weekend to Simone Sanders, who was working for Bernie, if you remember, during the campaign, helping to get Bernie the nomination on the Democrat Party until the Democrats decided that, no, we can't have Bernie. That's way too crazy. Let's just take all Bernie's ideas and give it to Joe Biden, because Joe Biden just thinks it's
true international average of pressure.
What else do you need to know? Just hand it to that guy. He's not going to know the difference anyway, so don't even worry about it. But then, after she left there, she went to go work for the vice president until she left and realized Vice President Harris is, she's not a lot of fun to work for. And so anyway, she's on one of the talking heads. I don't know which network it is. Pick one of the alphabets, CNN, ABC, NBC. I don't know which one it was. But she was talking about, maybe it was NBC, because Joe Biden wants to go out and get out there with the people. And there's a reason why he hasn't been able to do it.
How much of this lack of being able to get out of the White House, obviously COVID has a lot to do with it. You know, I look back, you guys got to go through a campaign where you didn't really have to go around the country. How much of has that hurt, do you think, in ways that you just can't really calculate?
I think a lot. And to be clear, and during the campaign, then candidate Biden wanted to go out across the country. He relishes being with people, making his case directly to them, being at the barbershops, the beauty shops, in the
Wait, Joe Biden enjoys being at the barbershops and the beauty shops? That's the first place that she goes? I had no idea. He's into the barbershops and the beauty shops. Okay.
And he has been unable to largely do that due to COVID.
All right, so that's the whole thing now. So just to let you know, as Jen Psaki said last week, that the president's going to get out and about, and he wants to get out and about. And one of the big things is that he needs to get out and about with the people because that's where he does his politicking the best, and he can make his case to the American people. And now they're like, no, COVID. No, he can't go out because of COVID, everybody. So again, all the mixed signals. Nobody's on the same page. This administration is not on the same page. But I will say this. We have all been on the same page for a very long time. You and I and many others have talked about the science and the data of what the vid has been and is right now, and how mask mandates don't work, and cloth masks are ridiculous, and how the vaccine, this is not a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and that the vaccine was working a little bit like a therapy, maybe for the original strain, but clearly for the Omicron strain, it is doing not a whole heck of a lot. Oh, but you don't understand. If I wouldn't be as sick as, I could have been sicker if I didn't have the vaccine with this Omicron. Really? Do you know that? Are you sure about that? Because I know a whole lot of people who are unvaccinated who it acted just like a cold for them, and they are not exactly the epitome of health. Many people, and you probably know somebody. So it's a different strain. So let's be honest about what it is and isn't. But when you have somebody who comes along, right, and is a big lefty and goes on to one of these programs like Bill Maher's program and wants to convince you that they have made this unbelievable. They had this unbelievable revelation. Barry Weiss used to work for the New York Times. She doesn't work at the New York Times anymore for a whole other reason, but we don't need to go into that. Just know that Bill Maher's a liberal. She's a big lib. And so I don't understand why conservatives, Republicans, people on the Twitterverse are all applauding, and they're so excited because of what she said on Bill Maher's program. So what did she say about the vid?
I'm done.
With this question?
No, I'm done with COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right? And
no, we didn't all do it.
Well, here's the thing.
No, we didn't all do it. And as a matter of fact, we thought at the time that this seems a little bit ridiculous. So you go outside and it goes away and you can't touch it. Well, did we have any evidence? Well, we didn't really have evidence, but all of these different things that were taking place. And even now, instead of admitting that you were wrong and that this was wrong and you reporting on it was wrong, she's just upset because she's just done because her life has changed in so many ways.
We didn't all do it.
A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point.
No, okay, it is ridiculous at this point. It was ridiculous before. Where were you before? How is it all of a sudden now, this far into this, that Barry Weiss, formerly of the New York Times, can go on to Bill Maher's program and say, I'm done. I've had enough of this. And there are people that are clapping like they think this is wonderful. I'm talking about Republicans, conservatives, people on the right. They think this is fantastic. It's like, thanks for joining the club. No. I'm not one of those. I'm sorry. You should have been part of the club a long time ago to help to stop all of the things that she's about to talk about from happening. Listen to the rest of this.
I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago, and you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything.
Let me stop for a second. Do you see what's happening right now? She's admitting that there are people on the left who still right now to this day don't want to say anything and be honest about everything that we know because they don't want to be called a Trumper, or they don't want to be called this or that, or called out. Called out for what? We've always had this science. She's making it sound like these things are just a revelation that started right now. They haven't. There have been plenty of studies on all kinds of things, on hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, but we couldn't give them to people to save their lives at the time, or help to save their lives in therapies, instead of telling somebody to take an aspirin and go home and sorry for you. But we didn't do anything like that because why? You know exactly why, because of the politics. And now all of a sudden she comes along and she's, what, a hero? This is great. She's so brave. No, she's not. No, she's not.
You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport at a restaurant and still be asymptomatic and carrying Omicron.
Or you could be sitting in the restaurant and show your vaccine passport and sit there, and while you're eating and talking, you don't have your mask on because you can't eat through a mask, although there are some scientists and people in other countries that tried to make masks. Remember that? That would you would stick food in and it would snatch clothes, remember? It was like this creepy, they tried everything. But the vid isn't sitting in a restaurant and going, oh, well, these people are eating. I'm busy right now. I'll get other people.
And you will realize, most importantly, that this is going to be remembered by the younger generation as a catastrophic moral crime. The city of Flint, Michigan, which is 80%, I think, minority students, has just announced indefinite virtual schooling. In the past 2 years, we've seen among young girls a 51% increase in self-harm. People are killing themselves. They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it, more than any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think...
I'm sorry. I am sorry. But you don't get to now decide when the tide turns and the shift happens. Barry Weiss, former New York Times, Bill Maher, all you lefties out there. The evidence has been clear for a very, very, very long time. And now all of a sudden you get to come along and decide when this thing gets to pivot and when we get back to normal, because now you've decided that enough is enough and I'm kind of tired of it and I'm kind of over it now. No. You don't get to be the hero. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating. Because all of this could have been, all the data and the science about how kids have been, what has been happening with kids in schools, and the psychological damage and harm with wearing masks and trying to teach kids through a mask and breathing in classrooms and how many other things we know have been detrimental to their development, how we've always known it, and yet the science said that you don't have to worry about the masks in schools, and we all know this in this state, and that thing that everybody talks about, which is, how could you possibly have a pandemic out there with two different situations in the country where half the country is like, no, we got to lock down, we got to mask up, we can't go to school, it's got to be virtual learning, and we have other states that are like, no, everything's fine, we're good, we're going to have schools, we're going to have businesses open. And they do better than the other places, and you're telling us that everybody has to do what you're doing on your liberal side and your blue states, but you've had that evidence for over a year. So don't come along and all of a sudden decide it's time to pivot and tell us it's time because you've decided so. Sorry. We made that decision a long time ago, even here in the state. By the way, coming up in just a second, more audio from the governor of the state of Florida proving once again that you can try all you want, but he must be getting tired of always being right. You might even say right all along. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Like I said, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and three-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmett's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples. Health insurance. We all hate it, but have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey. Are you paying too much for health insurance or worse, have none at all? I host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I discuss everything health insurance and how to save you money. Tune in this Saturday at 11 or call right now to get a free quote. 239-633-3140. The Tyler McCluskey Show. 239-633-3140.
With customer service being top priority, visit United Fidelity Bank at 14241 Metro Parkway and let them help you save and grow with market-leading CD rates. Shop, compare, invest with United Fidelity Bank's 18-month CD currently earning a 0.75% APY. The difference is United Fidelity. A penalty may be imposed for early withdrawal. Minimum deposit of $1,000 required to open CD. CD renews automatically to a standard 18-month term at the rate in effect at time of renewal unless instructed otherwise.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, if you have any trouble, just call Poppy. Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out through Corkscrew Road in Estero, I have a crash right between Three Oaks Parkway and I-75 near the intersection of Corkscrew Commons Drive. No injuries or roadblock, but watch out for some activity right near that Marathon gas station. Collier County dealing with major backups southbound on Everglades Boulevard South, approaching the intersection of Oil Well Road because of a crash with injuries. Another crash with injuries and roadblock along Noah's Circle. That's in the Golden Gate Estates area as well. Heading through 10th Avenue Southeast just off Everglades Boulevard. A crash with no injuries, and one right now along State Road 29 North at O'Quinn Road. That's in Immokalee. Looks like a disabled vehicle out there. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and managing partner of Key City Capital. And we have been actively investing in strong cash flowing real estate right here in South Florida for over 10 years. And if you're like us, you're looking to achieve strong investment returns in your portfolio, but you definitely don't want to take aggressive risks. Well, Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal, and we have done that since inception. For over 10 years, we have generated safe, secure, consistent double-digit returns for our investors without risking a penny of their principal. And we can do that for you too.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve a spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug. Call the Boas and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators for just $46. They get all rodents and bugs. 239-46-NO-BUG.
Call the Boas and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve shirt included with $25 registration fee. Runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 29th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by AluFab USA, Lee Health, U.S. Sugar, and Park Royal Behavioral Health.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S for Ease. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. And to our channel on Rumble, just go to rumble.com and you can type in Drew Steele. We appreciate that. Coming up, 10 more minutes from now, Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, have a little bit of fun. And 8:05, Hans von Spakovsky is going to join us because we got to talk about election integrity. And a lot of people have been asking, well, wait a minute, if New York City is going to have the illegals vote, how do they do that? How does that work with the Constitution? Yeah, we'll talk about that and a lot of things that are going on with this Democrat Party and what they're trying to pull. And so you'll get into the details. We will, all of us, get together and do that coming up. So what else is going on? Oh, hey, we got a little bit of woke Olympics this morning. How about this?
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant ridiculousness of woke.
Oh, I love this story. Hey, how many of you are into business? You're business people. Maybe you're thinking about going to the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. You big on Indiana University? Indiana's a very nice state. It's a nice place to live. A lot of great people there. And the Kelley School of Business wants to let you know that there's some courses that you can take. But if you do this, and if you're going to interview people like entrepreneurs and different things, there's certain information that you need to have and reflect upon. And the deadline to get all of this in is February 22nd. And there are some podcasts that we think that you should listen to at the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. And they have a podcast selection guidance here that they're putting out to people. Hey, you want to hear what that is? Here we go. I'm going to read it to you right from the website. Here it is. It's up to you, but it cannot be a straight white male American. They don't have to be a lesbian, black, female, non-American, but they have to be of a diverse background in at least one area in order to be acceptable for this extra credit assignment there at the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. In general, the following are clearly relevant. It's got to be openly LGBTQ+. They've got to be non-white and from a developing country. Sorry, being British, while clearly not American, isn't going to count as diversity here, and also have to be female. This at the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. Hey, they pay a lot of money to go to send your kids to Indiana University and the Kelley School of Business. I'm sure it's not cheap. But there you go. That's some of the things that they're learning, and they're being told what they have to do and what they can and can't do. But everything is fine. Listen, that kind of thinking will never make its way to grade schools or middle schools, or teachers would teach anything like that to our little youths in America. Yes, yeah, they actually they're doing just that. A lot is going on with that, as a matter of fact, and with CRT and some of the things that are being taught in the school. By the way, just a reminder for people that if you are thinking that and telling people that CRT, you're ridiculous if you're talking about it, it's not being taught in schools, it's not happening, and you can't even prove it, and these are the things that everybody wants to talk about to distract from the real things and the problems that are going on that they don't want to talk about. Here's Catherine Rempel. She's a Washington Post opinion columnist who wants to let you know that CRT and talking about it is ridiculous.
But that's the goal, right? The goal of this kind of coverage is to freak people out, to cause them to live in fear. Ironically, a lot of the fear-mongering is about the things that are not actually mortal threats, and then there's ignoring the things that are mortal threats. You know, COVID isn't real and climate change isn't real.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. She's talking about Fox News, and, that's how they do it. Brian Stelter's program where they go after Fox News because they're just obsessed. There's nothing. It's Donald Trump and Fox News. They're completely obsessed. They're trying to make a whole program out of it, which is really humorous. And, she's talking about the doom and gloom predictions, and they don't match reality, and how people don't believe that COVID is real. No, COVID's real. We believe it's real, and we've been through the science and the data, but of course you ignore that. Climate change, the climate change is all the time. It's real now. How much is man-made is debatable, but go on.
I would argue that, to me anyway, those things are a little bit scarier or have been scarier at various points in the past couple of years. Right. And instead, it's about the immigrant hordes and the senile president and critical race theory brainwashing your kids and things that are, if not just exaggerated, invented out of whole cloth.
Oh, there you go. All right. So CRT, everybody, is invented out of whole cloth. That's right. All the things that we've been talking about, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and social justice, and things that are on football fields and helmets and all of that stuff, and the 1619 Project that is trying to convince you that the country was started in 1619 with the importation of slaves into this country, and that how everything in this country is racist down to its core, and our founding fathers, and the only way to fix it is to institutionally tear down everything about this country and reinvent it, recreate it into an image of those who believe that everybody is inherently racist, that were our founders. And by the way, you are inherently a racist if you're white, just flat out. That's the way they've been talking about this, the leadership in the critical race theory movement. It's true. All the evidence has been out there. But she's saying that, no, it's been invented out of whole cloth. Well, there's other things that are out there as well. These ideas that have been put out. You've probably heard about CASEL, or SEL, which is socioeconomic learning, which is something that is critical as well. So, the idea that these things are all about learning about what is, for example, the history of the country, and people don't want to talk about, did I say economic? I'm sorry. Socio-emotional learning. I said socio-economic learning. Sorry, I got economy on the brain. SEL is socio-emotional learning, and it is CRT. If you want to know whether or not CRT is being taught or pushed in schools, if you hear socio-emotional learning, and there is that is being discussed from school boards, hiring superintendents, to divisions in the school that focus on socio-emotional learning, if you're trying to figure out how that's connected with critical race theory and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the tearing down of institutions and the separation of people by race, and listen, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at somebody's skin color to decide whether or not they are somebody that is a good person or a bad person. I mean, as outrageous and horrific as it sounds, here you go. Here is CASEL back in 2019 that you could even go onto YouTube and see right now. It is actually something that they were doing. It's a SEL exchange, building a culture of equity through SEL. This is CASEL's own website. This is CASEL, who is the organization that is trying to get socio-emotional learning in our schools back in 2019, explaining what has to be done. You tell me how this sounds.
I would say for this work to happen, we have to apply an equity lens. Actually, you know what? We just have to start seeing what it is. We don't like to say what it is because we don't like to talk about race in this country. We cannot heal our wounds if we don't tend to them. So we need to apply an equity and an anti-racist lens.
Well, that sounds all good, right? We have to have equity and an anti-racist lens, right?
So I leave you with one question, which is, how can we leverage SEL to create the social change that we need? That is not a question for you to not just to ponder, but this is an action plan for you. What is your action plan to ensure that we leverage SEL to create the social change we so desperately need?
They want your kids to be little social justice warriors. That's what LCL is. It's to create children who are anti-racist. And you know what that means. Anti-racist isn't what they're describing it as. It's what I just described it a few minutes ago. And you can look it up at their website. Just type in CASEL, C-A-S-E-L, and find out more about what they're doing in this audio. Explain to me how this is working, everybody. Explain to me how CRT is not being taught in schools. How when you have school systems who are looking at socio-emotional learning, knowing full well what they're trying to do to our kids and what they're trying to teach our kids, you know, these privilege walks and all of these different things that we come to see and hear about, and tell me that it's not happening. It is. All the evidence is out there. Socio-emotional learning, SEL, if you see it in your school, in your district, it is CRT. They're putting it into the system. 239-479-5592. All right. What else is there? There's also, oh gosh, I got to get to this, don't I? I got to play this. This is too good to pass up. Hold on a second. I know I skipped that one, but I'll get to that later. All right. So do you remember when the governor of the state of Florida, who, by the way, there are some people on school boards that absolutely despise this governor, I'm talking about true emotional hatred. Because, you know, the Ron DeSantis, the connections to Donald Trump, Republican, conservatives. Oh, it's awful. And he's got to be out of office. And are more than happy to tell you how much and put it out on their social media sites. School board members in Lee County in particular. And how remember, because he's such a liar. He's a liar. He's destroying the state. Do you remember when the governor said this not too long ago?
Make no mistake about it. Those individuals who have gone through a normal vaccination series for COVID, you will be determined to be unvaccinated very soon. They will do that. They are going to tell you you're unvaccinated and you have to get a booster. Otherwise, you could potentially face loss of employment or other types of penalties. So that is going to happen.
Remember that? Remember when he said that? And there were even in local media, outrageous, a fact check. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen anywhere. It's not going to happen in the state or anywhere in the country. How dare he say things like the individuals who've been gone through a normal vaccination series for COVID are going to be determined to be unvaccinated very soon. That will never, ever happen. Hold on a second, everybody.
Breaking news.
A bombshell. This just in, as the CDC and the director Walensky talked about on Friday. Hey, listen to this.
And what we really are working to do is pivot the language to make sure that everybody is as up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines.
All right, so they're pivoting the language.
As they personally should be, based on when they got their last vaccine. So importantly, right now, we're pivoting our language. We really want to make sure people are up to date. That means if you recently got your second dose, you're not eligible for a booster, you're up to date. If you are eligible for a booster and you haven't gotten it, you're not up to date, and you need to get your booster in order to be up to date.
Oh, you see what they did? The governor was right. They don't call it vaccinated or unvaccinated or fully boosted or not. They called it up to date. And if you've got 2 shots and you aren't boosterized, you're not up to date. I wonder if the governor hates being right so many times. I wonder if the left in this state, even some here in Southwest Florida, are really tired of going after the governor and saying how wrong he is and how he's destroying the state. And only a Democrat like Nikki Fried or Charlie Crist can save the day. Is it getting old for you yet? Or aren't you embarrassed? Would you like to say you're sorry now or later? Or maybe not at all. You just want to wallow in your embarrassment? Okay. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, SteelS3Es. We thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and certainly subscribing to our channel on Rumble. Let's go. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Let's have a little bit of fun this morning. If you would like to play, we'd love to have you. So call right now. Caller number 9 at 239-479-5592. Caller 9, you'll get to play and win Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
75 southbound backed up through Fort Myers, heading out between State Road 82 and Colonial Boulevard right now. May want to take Ortiz Avenue or Tree Line to get around some of those delays on the interstate. Meantime, we're dealing with backups on the Midpoint Bridge, heading eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, and some slowdowns as well along Daniels Parkway through Gateway, heading westbound toward JetBlue Park. Also have a crash we're watching heading right now on the intersection of Oil Well Road and 35th Avenue Northeast down Everglades Boulevard South. That's in Golden Gate Estates, where you'll see major backups. Injuries reported with that crash. Southbound is where most of the delays are on Everglades. Also dealing with a crash on Noah's Circle in Golden Gate. That one also with injuries and roadblock right near Mike Davis Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold, frosty start to your Monday morning, look for a chillier day today. Despite the mostly sunny sky, highs will only set to reach into the middle 60s, with winds persisting out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll keep it the mainly clear sky as we head into this evening, though a few more clouds increasing as we head towards your Tuesday morning. A low of 49 waking up tomorrow morning, with rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right.
You really want to go through another year with that awful joint pain? Listen, don't do it. Resolve right now to get yourself moving again for 2022. Hey, it's Drew Steele. It's time to call QC Kinetics. Non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain. We're talking lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds, no steroids, and no downtime. This is really exciting stuff. Regenerative, restorative treatments that actually encourage your body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients rave about it for hip pain relief, knee pain relief, shoulder and back pain relief. Look, don't let them keep giving you steroids. And don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now. And imagine life in 22 without pain. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
It's a new year, and for businesses, that means a new start. Whatever the year ahead holds, now Comcast Business is making it easy to get going with the Ready, Set, Save sale. Get started with fast and reliable internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both. And save with a 2-year price guarantee. Switching is easy with flexible installation times. And you'll also get backing from an expert team 24/7, so you can focus on planning the year ahead. Plus, for even more value, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Get a great deal for your business with the Ready, Set, Save sale today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. 1 month free and free installation offer ends 2/2022. Call or go online for details.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdor.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
let's go to John in Cape Coral. John's in Cape Coral. Good morning, John. How are you today?
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Hey, can you name the 2 senators here in the state of Florida? Who are our 2 United States senators?
Rubio, Rubio, and he was our governor.
Yeah, the other guy. What's his name?
I can't even remember his name. That's terrible.
Rick Scott. Remember Rick Scott? Yep, that guy. All right. Well, let's see if you get an associate's degree on this question. What are the 3 branches of the United States government?
Executive, legislative, and judicial.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. In 1974, in the wake of Watergate, he had to resign. He announced the resignation. Who was it?
Nixon.
That's right. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. Let's see. In 1945, America dropped the first atomic bomb on the city. You don't have to name the city. I just wanted to have the country. What country did we drop the first atomic bomb on in 1945?
It was Hiroshima, and it was Japan.
That is right on both accounts. All right, well, congratulations. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. See, you fumble a little bit, and that's what it's just like football. It's like you have a fantastic quarterback, and sometimes you fumble, and the next thing you know, well, don't do the Tampa Bay Bucks thing. No, that's not wrong analogy. Anyway, you came back strong. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College, and you got a gift certificate for 2 to Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar, 951 Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. So congratulations. Stay right there, John, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hans von Spakovsky is next. I'm going to talk about election integrities with the Heritage Foundation. Good stuff on the way. Don't miss it.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on. Something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
News ahead of a feared invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. Embassy there is ordering families of American personnel to leave, also allowing non-essential staff to go and warning Americans not to travel to Russia or Ukraine. Fox's Steve Harrigan is in Kiev.
President Biden considering a range of options, including deploying as many as 3,000 to 5,000 military personnel in the Baltics and in Eastern Europe. And here in Ukraine, the second shipment of American ammunition and weapons arrived. Ukrainian officials put that total at more than 80 tons. The administration continues to insist that there will be no preemptive sanctions against Russia. Here's the Secretary of State.
The purpose of those sanctions is to deter Russian aggression. And so if they're triggered now, you lose the deterrent effect.
And the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, also told NBC's Meet the Press Russia might try to topple Ukraine's government. A new Fox poll has a majority of Americans giving President Biden a thumbs down handling foreign policy, and only 43% approve of the job he's doing overall, and 6 in 10 say they would not vote for him if he runs for president again. More than 80% worried about inflation. The record COVID surge relented a bit with a drop in cases last week from the 2 weeks before, but it was still 4.7 million infections. And while Biden advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci calls it a good trend, he tells ABC's This Week,
there are still some states in the southern states and western states that continue to go up.
COVID deaths rose a fourth week in a row across the U.S., the most in a week in 11 months. In Washington, D.C., a protest against vaccine and mask mandates and other COVID restrictions. Today in Virginia, new Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin's order goes into effect, reversing a mandate for kids to wear masks in schools, though some counties are defying it. America's listening to Fox News.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
75 southbound backed up through Fort Myers, heading out between State Road 82 and Colonial Boulevard right now. May want to take Ortiz Avenue or Tree Line to get around some of those delays on the interstate. Meantime, we're dealing with backups on the Midpoint Bridge, heading eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, and some slowdowns as well along Daniels Parkway through Gateway, heading westbound toward JetBlue Park. Also have a crash we're watching heading right now on the intersection of Oil Well Road and 35th Avenue Northeast down Everglades Boulevard South. That's in Golden Gate Estates, where you'll see major backups. Injuries reported with that crash. Southbound is where most of the delays are on Everglades. Also dealing with a crash on Noah's Circle in Golden Gate. That one also with injuries and roadblock right near Mike Davis Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and I want to be sure you're given the best prices on fine jewelry and diamonds. Other jewelers don't like me. Why? Because we offer better prices and a superior experience. If you go to Tiffany's, you're going to get a great product, but pay 2 to 3 times what it's really worth. If you go to a chain store, you're going to get something that's really cheap and bad quality. Don't settle for high prices, low quality, and a bad experience. Buy real jewelry from me, Stuart Duncan, a real jeweler. The love of your life will really be proud to know that their diamond came from Duncan's Diamonds. Your true love deserves the best. And at Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and I will make sure that you can count on it. Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. Come to one of our 3 beautiful locations.
In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
It's time for the Lovers Key Boat Show Market and Seafood Fest. Boats, arts and crafts, seafood, and a new bistro-style beer garden. Our dog-friendly show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 to 5. Parking's free, the beer's cold, and the seafood's fresh. Get your tickets online or at the door. Get out of the house. Come on out into the sunshine. Support your local charities. LoversKeyNauticalMarket.com.
Rock Solid wants you in 22 to be our customer. Happy New Year! At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples and Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new, custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Thank you for waking us all up out here.
For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele as 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. We always appreciate having Hans von Spakovsky on with us, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org, joining us this morning to talk about all things election. And Hans, I just want to tell you, it's like 39 degrees here. It's 39 degrees here in Southwest Florida. I don't know what's going on.
Really?
Yes, really. That's what I'm saying. It's like there are people that are visiting saying, wait a minute, I just left. This was my high when So I guess that's the point, right? It's like our low right now, 30s. And nobody knows what to do. They can't feel their fingertips if you've lived here long enough like I have. And there are people that are visiting and it's like they're high. So I guess is that trying to spin a positive on this, Hans. How are you?
I'm doing just great. Well, you know, it may be cold in Florida, but the citizens of Florida ought to be breathing a big sigh of relief because, Drew, as you know, last Wednesday, very successfully, the Republicans were able to stop these really bad election bills in the U.S. Senate, which would have wiped out, for example, most of the election reforms that the Florida legislature has passed.
Right. You know, doing so much good work in the legislature. And, you know, a couple of things with that. First of all, but even before I get to that, because I really do want to dig into what it was and where we may be going, because if I know anything about Democrats, they play the long game. It's not like they're going away, right? So we have to remember that these are like small little victories, but they play the long game. So, you know, on the heels of this, we're also dealing with what has been happening in New York. And a lot of people have been asking me, hold on a second, how is it possible, Hans, that in New York City they can have a law saying, all right, 800,000 non-citizens can vote in municipal elections? How could this be constitutional? So that's the question. Is it going to be overturned in court? I mean, how do they do this?
Well, what the city of New York did is they passed an ordinance saying that non-citizens who are permanent resident aliens or who are here and have a valid work permit from DHS and have lived in the city for 30 days, they'll be able to vote in local elections. Now, I think that's going to be ruled illegal. Why? Well, because there's already been a lawsuit filed by a number of members of the city council, Republican members of the city council, and I think they're right because there's actually a provision in the New York State Constitution which says you have to be a citizen to vote in all elections in New York. So I think what the city has done is illegal. But look, they were estimating there were about 800,000 legal aliens who'd be able to vote. By the way, having a work permit and just being in the city for 30 days, you know what that would mean? That would mean that, for example, so-called reporters that work for propaganda outfits like Pravda, the Russian newspaper, or the Chinese news service would be able to vote in local elections. But look, keep this in mind.
Yeah.
New York is a sanctuary city. The government city government goes to great pains to ensure that none of its officials in any way inquire into the status of legal status of any aliens having anything to do with local government. Do you think election officials would really be checking whether an alien registering to vote is here legally or not?
Right.
If you include the 700,000 illegal aliens who are estimated to be in the city, this could bring 1.5 million aliens onto the voter rolls. Drew, you know how many people voted in the last mayor's election in New York?
No.
1.15 million.
It's hard to believe. And Hans, here's the thing. When I hear this, my first reaction is, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, my first reaction is this is like a precursor, because ultimately what ends up happening is I can just envision this being the case. You have these individuals that will be able to somehow vote the claim of sanctuary status. Nobody's checking like you've described. All of a sudden you get to a midterm or, dare I say, a presidential election. The vote's already in. It's going to be too late to take those numbers back. Once they do vote, how are you going to go back if you have people that are pushing back against audits? Once it's done, it's done. That's what I'm worried about. Is that something that, is that off base? Do you see where I'm going with this?
No. I mean, look, I agree. Look, supposedly these folks will only be allowed to vote in local elections. But again, do you trust election officials there to keep a totally separate voter registration list and ensure that these aliens aren't voting in federal elections?
No.
I don't trust New York to do that.
No, I do not. Hans von Spakovsky joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org, a great website. And we're talking about some of the issues with elections and election integrity, and certainly the Democrats want election integrity. That's why they wanted to push the Voting Rules Change Act, if you will, as opposed to something that is voting rights and the way they've couched it. And certainly the words mean something when you keep pushing this voting rights idea of rights being denied, still wondering where and how exactly it's been denied. But what is the fear now, Hans, of what we just described, which is they play the long game. So knowing that it was defeated now, who's to say it's not going to come back in some other form? What are the things that we need to look for in the future with this?
Well, in fact, I think that's right. What will probably happen is they'll break up this huge bill. I mean, look, this bill was hundreds of pages filled with all kinds of bad and reckless provisions. They'll break it up and try to attach it to must-pass legislation. Remember, the fight last week, they took two of those election bills and they put them in the NASA funding bill.
Right.
That's how they did it. And just so folks in Florida understand, remember, look, you guys recently, not too long ago, passed a referendum saying that felons would get their right to vote back after they got out of prison and after they had finished, parole, probation, and any restitution payment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if this federal bill had passed, that would have been wiped out.
Wow.
Because the bill said you have to restore the right of felons the moment they step out of prison, regardless of parole or restitution payments or anything else. So in essence, Washington would be telling the voters of Florida, your decision on this, sorry, you can't do that. We're going to dictate to you what you have to do.
Wow. Yeah, it's something that people didn't realize. And, and again, we've talked about this before and, the great work they've been doing in Tallahassee and what has been described by others as the denial of individuals. And certainly what we've talked about in the past, which was having the video and the audio and the examples of how they fought for those felon rights and saying, oh, absolutely, restitution, yeah, all of that's going to be taken. When they've presented it to the Supreme Court, only to turn around and say, no, we never said that. Well, wait a minute, we have it on tape. We have the video of you telling the Supreme Court of the state of Florida that, yes, the restitution, it has to be satisfied. All of these things have to be satisfied. Now you're saying no. It's this game that everybody is concerned about. And I might even say this, Hans, It's the worry about mail-in ballots. There are places here in Southwest Florida, we do it right. We do it well. It's successful for us. We don't have a lot of the issues, any of the issues that they have in other places when it comes to mail-in ballots. But unfortunately, we're in a place right now where you can't have nice things anymore. You just can't. Unfortunately, we get hurt by some of the things that are being abused in other places around the country. Like your feelings on what is going on right now with the mail-in voting issue.
Well, that's true. And these federal bills would have said that no state, when it comes to mail-in balloting, can require any kind of ID. You can't you can't have a witness signature requirement. It put in all these restrictions, the kind of restrictions that would frankly increase the danger of fraud through absentee ballots.
Yeah. So, again, the kind of things that we just have to watch, we got to keep an eye on because, like we've just discussed, they're playing the long game. You could see little bits and pieces ending up in certain places and how all of this ends up taking away from the integrity of the vote and the rights of others who are trying to do the right thing and trying to have that election integrity intact. So we'll just keep an eye on it. But I'm so glad we had a couple of minutes to talk to you about this. Hans von Spakovsky, he's the best senior legal fellow with the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. I know I will be seeing you soon, so I'm looking forward to that and having more conversations about this. All right, I assume you're in a cold weather place, so stay warm like we're trying to do here. It's sometimes when you live in Florida, you don't always have the warm weather gear out, so there's lots of layers. I look a little thicker than I usually do. But anyway, all the best, Hans. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see you. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele S3Es. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
75 southbound backed up through Fort Myers, heading out between State Road 82 and Colonial Boulevard right now. May want to take Ortiz Avenue or Tree Line to get around some of those delays on the interstate. Meantime, we're dealing with backups on the Midpoint Bridge, heading eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, and some slowdowns as well along Daniels Parkway through Gateway, heading westbound toward JetBlue Park. Also have a crash we're watching heading right now on the intersection of Oil Well Road and 35th Avenue Northeast down Everglades Boulevard South. That's in Golden Gate Estates, where you'll see major backups. Injuries reported with that crash. Southbound is where most of the delays are on Everglades. Also dealing with a crash on Noah's Circle in Golden Gate. That one also with injuries and roadblock right near Mike Davis Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold, frosty start to your Monday morning, look for a chillier day today. Despite the mostly sunny sky, highs will only set to reach into the middle 60s with winds persisting out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll keep it the mainly clear sky as we head into this evening, though a few more clouds increasing as we head towards your Tuesday morning. A low of 49 waking up tomorrow morning with rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com. Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hi, I'm Dr. Pugh with Melanie Pugh Gentle Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Since we opened our practice in 2006, there's 5 things we hear the most from our dental patients. One is how gentle we are. It's no surprise that patients prefer a gentle touch from their dentist. I know that the other doctors in our practice, Dr. Medency and Dr. Couillard, also have the same gentle approach. If you'd like to experience our gentle touch firsthand, visit drmelaniepugh.com. That's Melanie Pugh, Pugh.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
The right place for local talk. Drew Now, Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it looks like there's been a Donna Brazile sighting here. Democrat strategist Donna Brazile, everybody remember her? She was on Sunday's ABC this week talking about Joe Biden. He's got a lot to brag about, everybody.
But this is an opportunity for all Americans to really rally behind the president as we try to get this virus under control, keep this economy growing, keep our schools reopened. Look, I think the president has a lot to brag about. And yes, I say brag because for the first time in my lifetime, we have a president who's going to eliminate lead pipes, a president that is going to ensure that every child gets a head start and a healthy start. But while we're not celebrating all of his successes, we're basically focused on the next election.
I can't do it. What is she talking about? Listen, is it dangerous to be delusional? I mean, it's not dangerous for a Democrat strategist to be delusional because they all are delusional. How could you possibly, well, not all of them, I mean, but Donna Brazile, how could she possibly say that you give him high marks for the first year and he has a lot to brag about? Really? What are we bragging about exactly? Oh, well, there's that. I forgot. No, she's got a point.
True international average of pressure.
There's that. There is a lot. You know, I didn't take all of that into consideration, but if you've got politicians who are thinking the same thing and this is what they're saying, that's kind of dangerous. It's almost like the kind of dangerous you have when you don't do things that you need to do. Like, remember when not too long ago, if you go back just a couple of years, actually, you know, you just go back a year and a half. If you think for a second, okay, I go back to 2020. Remember when nobody wanted to talk about foreign policy and it never came up? And when it comes to the Democrats talking about that in their primary, and you never heard foreign policy once at all. It wasn't an issue. There were all kinds of other things to talk about, like, wokeness and racism and all the things going on with the vid, and this is what people care, and climate change, and it was how's that going for you right now? Do we really care about crushing viruses anymore? Because it would have been nice to know a little bit about what the Democrat Party was going to do, considering that Russia is getting ready to what appears to be crushing Ukraine. And we're told that if one single soldier crosses the border, there's going to be hell to pay. Wasn't that like what Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, said? Really? Like what are you going to do? Exactly. What's your big plan? Shouldn't we have heard about that a little more? The foreign policy side of this? Or it's no big deal because there's nothing to worry about with foreign policy. At the time, there was no concern about Russia at all. There was no concern about China and Taiwan. They never talk about that. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, we'll get into some of that with the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. So that's coming up. And your calls and texts, 239-479-5592. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. It costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioed.com, again, thatradioed.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioed@gmail.com, thatradioed@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business, making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myShowerDoor.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Presented with options over the weekend, President Biden's considering the deployment of several thousand U.S. troops to NATO allies in Eastern Europe because of Russian troop presence in the region. NATO is sending more ships and fighter planes there with troops on standby.
The NATO alliance says Russia is continuing to build up its military presence close to the Ukrainian border. The Biden administration says an invasion could follow at any time. The U.S. has ordered the families of American staff at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine to leave the country. Simon Owen, Fox News.
There are 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs. All 4 games over the weekend ended on the last play, including one in overtime last night.
The Chiefs beat the Bills 42-36. Kansas City will be home for the AFC title game next Sunday against the Bengals. The Rams will host the 49ers for the NFC Championship. Rams held off the Buccaneers 30-27 on Matt Gay's field goal as time expired.
Fox's Jared Max. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
75 southbound backed up through Fort Myers, heading out between State Road 82 and Colonial Boulevard right now. May want to take Ortiz Avenue or Tree Line to get around some of those delays on the interstate. Meantime, we're dealing with backups on the Midpoint Bridge, heading eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers, and some slowdowns as well along Daniels Parkway through Gateway, heading westbound toward JetBlue Park. Also have a crash we're watching heading right now on the intersection of Oil Well Road and 35th Avenue Northeast down Everglades Boulevard South. That's in Golden Gate Estates, where you'll see major backups. Injuries reported with that crash. Southbound is where most of the delays are on Everglades. Also dealing with a crash on Noah's Circle in Golden Gate. That one also with injuries and roadblock right near Mike Davis Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday morning, look for mostly sunny sky for this afternoon with just some high-level clouds pushing in by late today. Highs will be running nearly 10 degrees below our average. We'll be looking at a high near about 66 degrees as winds persist out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we enter this evening and tonight, we keep it dry, though clouds will be increasing into your Tuesday morning. Lows waking back up in the upper 40s, waking up for your Tuesday, with a high near 70 for tomorrow. Wet weather pushes back in as rain spreads into the area by Tuesday afternoon and into your Tuesday evening and overnight, with some isolated rain a possibility through your Wednesday. Highs will be in the 70s as we head through the remainder of the work week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. I'm inviting you to visit our just opened new location in Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue. We've relocated from Daniels and I-75. It's the ultimate sports bar with TV stacked to a high ceiling, huge indoor seating area, and large outdoor porch. And still the best food in town. Enjoy the area's best ribs, burgers, chicken wings, and Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Stevie Tomatoes isn't just a sports bar. We're striving to be the sports bar in Naples, Cape Coral, and now on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers. Stevie Tomatoes. Come for the food, stay for the sports, and fun. Just come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Rock Solid wants you in 22 to be our customer. Happy New Year at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 in store. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples and Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, let's do it. It's time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. I know I'm late. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
There's been some reports that our embassy in Ukraine has made a request to send non-essential personnel home now, begin that process. Have you approved that request yet? And if not, what are you waiting for?
Chuck, this is something that we look at every single day. I have no higher responsibility than the safety and well-being of the folks who work for the State Department and who are under my care, in a sense. So we're tracking this very, very closely. We're looking at it on really a daily basis.
Yeah, they're tracking it really close on a daily basis. So they told everybody in the embassy, yeah, you guys need to go. And now they're telling all Americans, hey, you need to get out as well. People are starting to feel like a replay of Afghanistan. No, it's not going to be a replay of Afghanistan. We're not going to have that kind of ripple effect. It's not going to be that kind of thing. But it's starting to feel that way, that everybody just got to get out. But you're on your own to find someplace, a commercial flight to get out of Ukraine. It is a disaster, everybody. It's
Number 4.
And what we really are working to do is pivot the language to make sure that everybody is as up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines as they personally should be based on when they got their last vaccine. So importantly, right now, we're pivoting our language. We really want to make sure people are up to date. That means if you recently got your second dose, you're not eligible for a booster, you're up to date. If you are eligible for a booster and you haven't gotten it, you're not up to date, and you need to get your booster in order to be up to date.
Wait a minute. When the governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, not too long ago said, you know what they're going to do? They're going to tell you you're double vaxxed, but that's not going to be enough, and you're not going to be considered vaccinated until you get the booster, and then you're going to be considered unvaccinated, and then you're going to end up losing your jobs and the like, and it's going to be really bad. And everybody was like, how dare you say that? That's an outrage. Oh, look what the CDC did. They're changing the language. Now they're just, instead of saying unvaxxed and vaxxed, they're saying up to date. But if you've got 2 shots, but you don't have the booster, you're not up to date. See what they do there? They changed the wording in the language. It's still, yeah, they did it.
Number 3.
Dollars are going to pay for the police to shut down the road so that these white supremacists can party and have
nothing to see here. I mean, it's not typical. Well, yes, it is. In Washington, D.C., thousands of people showed up for a Defeat the Mandate rally. And there was one individual who was a little upset about all the people that wanted to defeat the mandate, and some pro-Trump people out there as well. And she was not happy about seeing some of those flags, apparently. So stopped traffic to let everybody know that she was pretty angry that there is this rally that's going on. And screaming like a crazy, like sometimes liberals who get a little bit crazy do at people, and bringing up Trump, and they don't want you here, and go back home, and okay, everything's fine here.
Number 2.
So my advice to everyone out there who's frustrated, sad, angry, pissed off, feel those emotions. Go to a kickboxing class, have a margarita, do whatever you need to do this weekend, and then wake up on Monday morning. We got to keep fighting.
That's it. There's Jen Psaki on Friday. I could not miss out on playing that little piece of audio in case you missed it, of Jen Psaki saying, listen, you're upset about what's going on in the country. You're really upset about inflation. You're upset about all the things that are going on, supply chain issues and jobs and the price of fuel and all of the things that are going on in this country, and what a disaster it is. Listen, just take some kickboxing classes. Have a margarita. Calm down. Everything is going to be just fine. What?
Number 1.
I'm done.
With this question?
No, I'm done with COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right?
No, we didn't all do it, but there you go. There's a big liberal, Barry Weiss, who used to work for the New York Times, who goes on Bill Maher's program to say that I'm done with COVID. I'm done with it right now. I've had enough of it. It needs to stop. We need to go away now. I got a couple of things to say about this.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
I've seen so many people on social media that heard Barry Weiss, and I'm going to play some more of this audio, who went on to Bill Maher's program saying that it's all over. I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. And how there were conservatives on social media that were applauding. They were all having, look at this. Isn't this wonderful? She's come to our side. Listen. No. You don't get to do that. You don't get to now decide as a liberal that, okay, now's the time when I've had enough, and now the time is the time that I see all the damage that's taking place, and now I want everything to stop. You don't get to decide this, because you've had every single opportunity to report on this, all the science and all the data that's been out there, and you made the decision not to do it, right? No, it's really frustrating. I know. You play some of this audio, right?
I'm done.
With this question?
No, I'm done with COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right? And
no, we didn't all do it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot
of
us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point.
Okay. You're just realizing that now? And there are people, again, on social media that are like, no kidding. Really? You're just finding this out now, as if you've been in this bubble and you haven't been looking at science and data and research and hearing people like Dr. Robert Malone and Jay Bhattacharya and others that have been talking about this for the longest time, about all the science and the data that's out there, that unfortunately when they did say things about this, that they were doxxed and they were removed from jobs and they were taken off of social media. You weren't allowed to talk about ivermectin and hydrochloroquine and all these kind of things. Weren't allowed to mention any of that. Now all of a sudden she's come to this new realization. Oh, I had no idea. This is a remarkable thing. No, it's not a remarkable thing. This has been out there the whole time, and you're making it sound like you just discovered all of this now. No.
I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago.
Oh, no. We did have it. Again, you can't, Barry Weiss, former New York Times writer, anybody that's a liberal that's listening to the sound of my voice right now, no. You don't get to say 2 years ago what we had and didn't have, because we had a lot of evidence that was coming out. We had a lot of people early on in the pandemic that were doing a lot of research and science and data and pulling all this information, and you took the time to shoot them down. You took the time to dox them, to eliminate them from the conversation. So don't make it sound like it wasn't out there, because it's always been out there. This drives me crazy. And then to make that comment that there are people right now who are liberals, who are anti-vaxxers, who are people who don't want to be considered Trumpers, that won't say what the facts are. She's making the case that you've had the opportunity and have it to set the record straight, and you won't do it. And somehow she's getting applauded by a couple of people in a liberal audience and some conservatives that are out there and saying, way to go, it's great that you've joined the club. No, you don't get to just come in and join the club, no.
And you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything. You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport at a restaurant and still be asymptomatic and carrying Omicron. And you will realize, most importantly, that this is going to be remembered by the younger generation as a catastrophic moral crime. You don't think that all of that was known a year ago? Barry Weiss, former New York Times writer, you don't think, and people that are the lefties that are listening to me right now, you don't think we knew this a year ago? All the things she just described? Come on. The city of Flint, Michigan, which is 80%, I think, minority students, has just announced indefinite virtual schooling. In the past 2 years, we've seen among young girls a 51% increase in self-harm. People are killing themselves. They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it, more than any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think... No. You don't get to say that and have an audience now that wants to applaud because, we're not going to say anything if Donald Trump says this or any other people that we're told we're not supposed to listen to that has the evidence and science and the data. We're not going to say anything. Oh, wait, a liberal has said now it's okay that we can let it go. Oh, seal claps from the audience. Okay, now it's okay. No, you don't get to do that. You just don't. But again, there are people out there that let it happen. And it's just outrageous. And there's a lot of this that's been going on. Man, there's so much audio that's out there today that I didn't even get to that I'm probably going to have to play tomorrow. But let me just say this as we finish out this segment, and it's pretty straightforward. Doesn't it strike you as odd, scary, dangerous that there are people in the media right now, according to Barry Weiss, former New York Times writer, that there are people that she knows in the media right now, and maybe there are even some in the state, maybe there are even some locally, who know for a fact that all the things that we've been talking about for 18 months, we've been spot on. Cloth masks, mask mandates, issues with the vaccine. Why haven't we been focusing on therapies? The harmful, damaging, psychological problems that children have been under because of this. All of this, we've known for over a year. And to have her say that there are people right now that won't say anything because they won't admit their mistakes, they don't want people to think that somehow that they're Trump supporters. Like, what is wrong with you? That somehow they're not only going to get a pass on all of this, but that we're going to trust you in anything that you say. I just played the audio of CDC Rochelle Walensky saying, we're going to start changing the terms now about who's vaxxed and who isn't. And if you got 2 shots and you haven't had a booster yet, you're not vaxxed, sorry. But we're not going to say vaxxed or unvaxxed. We're going to say up to date. So it won't sound like we made a mistake. We'll just change the terms so that we won't have to admit that we were wrong. When the governor said it, and everybody, there were full page. We're talking about Yahoo News and the Washington Post and the New York Times going after the governor for suggesting that that's exactly what's going to happen. You remember I played the audio of the governor saying that, and somehow when he said it, it's an outrage. How dare he say something like this?
Make no mistake about it, those individuals who have gone through a normal vaccination series for COVID, you will be determined to be unvaccinated very soon. They will do that. They are going to tell you you're unvaccinated and you have to get a booster. Otherwise, you could potentially face loss of employment.
Yep, he said it. And he was roundly mocked for saying that. And he was right. Man, it's got to stink for him. Always being right so often, not always, but often being right on these issues. But again, it's the issue of the media and how we're supposed to trust them, but they won't even correct stories or tell us the truth now that they know the facts out of fear of being called Trump supporters or being wrong. Like how dangerous that is and how we're supposed to trust them in the future. I mean, not everybody is like that. Thank goodness that there are outlets that are working hard to make sure that they get the truth and the facts out. And a lot of people on this station certainly are doing that in the hard work. But you can't keep doing this. And you on the left, you can't keep voting for people, politicians, even locally, who have this deep-seated hatred for this governor or Republicans because Trump, and are willing to not say, not only when they're wrong about the things that they've been talking about, but are willing to vote for policies, I'm telling you, even locally, right here, even locally, voting for policies that are wrong and bad for Southwest Florida just because, and I'm talking about school district, school board members and everything. We've got a really solid group of individuals in Lee and Collier County when it comes to commissioners and the like. But there are some people that want to earn your vote and coming up in 22 that don't think the way many of the good people do right now. But I'm just saying that there are people that will vote against your best interest because Trump, because Republicans, because I just can't admit that I'm wrong. Those people have to be vetted. We need to know who you are. And they need to be called out, flat out. And you cannot vote for them. It's got to stop. But it's going to stop. And all of this mess, and you can go, Jake. All of this mess ends when you say it ends. And the way you say it ends is when you decide that I've had enough. Barry Weiss, I've had enough. I'm done. Really? We've been done for a long time with the policies that have been put in place, the damaging policies. And I'm done with politicians or not being involved, at least in the local politics, because this is where it starts and ends right here. This is where it changes right here in our community. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. DrewSteele.com, the website, if you like to watch. We appreciate it. Stay break 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
After a cold, frosty start to your Monday morning, look for a chillier day today despite the mostly sunny sky. Highs